Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Courtney Green, and tonight I'm joined with Cole Koffler. Cole's from Huntington Beach, California, and is one of our senior equipment managers for the Penn State football team. He's held this position for a few years now, and I'm really excited to have the chance to give him and the equipment staff some recognition on air. Thank you so much for coming on, Cole. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you? Thanks for having me on.
I'm good. Yeah, no, thanks for coming out. Okay, so I know you're from California. Why'd you choose Penn State on the East Coast?
All right, so growing up in Southern California, the Rose Bowl is right in my backyard, especially in Orange County. And my dad played football at USC, and he was a quarterback there from 92 to 96. Mm-hmm. And every year my family would try and make it out to the Rose Bowl. And in 2017, my family went when USC played Penn State, but obviously I was in my Cardinal and Gold at the time. But we tailgated with a bunch of Penn State fans, and I thought, man, like, I would so go here. These guys are so much fun. And, well, what do you know? I'm in blue and white now.
You ended up here. That's awesome. Yeah. Okay, so this past year we played in the Rose Bowl. What was the significance of that to you, and how was your experience there?
Man, that was just honestly very hard to put into words. Like, the significance of that game and to my family, and for it being right in my own backyard. I grew up watching it, like literally dreamed of as a kid playing in the Rose Bowl. Like the amount of situations, like me and my little brother have gone through. It's like, oh my God, it's 10 seconds left in the game to win the Rose Bowl. Like the amount of times it's been like that, it was just an absolutely surreal moment and a full circle moment for me and my family.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I'm so glad you got to experience that. Oh my goodness. Okay, so you started as an equipment manager for our football team. And then now you're one of the football managers for the wide receivers. How did you kind of transfer over in your role?
So what actually happens is, as an equipment manager, you are assigned to a position group. So there's a team of 16 of us that are all assigned to position groups on the offensive and defensive sides. And I am assigned to the wide receivers based on kind of like a matchmaking skill. Like I played wide receiver in high school. I had an extensive knowledge in the game, so they thought it was probably an easier opportunity for me to work with the wide receivers, knowing that I have extensive knowledge on the position and the sport.
So it's like a good match, you know?
Yeah, honestly, a match made in heaven, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, so. No, I'll totally go with that. That works perfect. Okay, so what's your day-to-day kind of look like? Like, what do you do?
Oh, man, so I like to think of the equipment staff are like the Navy SEALs. We get in there super early, we get the job done without anyone seeing it, and then we leave it late at night. So each week we have a team of 3 to 4 of us assigned to a laundry days. For example, my day is to do laundry on Sundays. So after a team does their practice, we'll do laundry. But it's our job at every single practice to take care of the needs of the players and staff and health and safety also. And we are kind of the clock that keeps this program ticking. We set up every single drill. We make sure every drill's out there, everything's set up, issue out gloves, jerseys, pants, cleats for all the players and staff too. But from about Tuesday to Sunday, it's straight work every single day, and Monday is our one-off day.
You got an off day?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Today is my off day.
Okay, well, thank you for coming on.
You, no problem.
So what's like a story this past year that's kind of contributed to your learning for this position, and what's kind of stands out to you?
Oh, man. A story that has contributed to this position has definitely been like this year, for example, I have taken charge of the opportunity to be in charge of like the players' like gloves. So I issue out new gloves to every single player every single week, and I've kind of taken that as like my thing that goes through me. Like people ask, oh yeah, can I get a pair of gloves? I'll go talk to Koff. He has to make sure that no one has over double-digit pairs of gloves if they don't need a double-digit pair of gloves.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like probably the thing that has stuck out with me the most with that. But like a story of like something that will just never happen again over the past season is that I remember in our first game last year versus I think it was Ohio was our first game, and we accidentally forgot Coach Franklin's pants at Lash football building.
Oh no.
So I had to sprint from Beaver Stadium to Lash to go run and grab his pants and put it in his locker, and that was probably my favorite, like one of the funniest moments of the season last year.
That is funny, because we would have never known that. Like Coach Franklin almost went out without pants.
Yeah, he had a pair. We just had to make sure the right ones were there.
Yeah, so we had to get them right.
Yeah,
okay.
we had to get them right. But, and again, it's like we're the ones kind of helping that. We're like the gasoline in the car, making sure that thing gets forward. So something like that.
So you shared a story with me earlier about 2 semi-trucks kind of moving across to the Rose Bowl. Do you want to explain that?
Yeah, so every single away game and bowl trip, we actually pack a semi-truck full of equipment and stuff that we need to tend to the players and staff. So usually we would pack one semi-truck to take, like let's say like this past week or 2 weeks to Northwestern. We packed one semi-truck. We had all of our stuff we needed for pregame warm-ups with all the players' bags with their helmets, shoulder pads, and all the jerseys. And we would just unload it in the locker room and set up. But for the bowl game, since we're there for a week, we have to bring two. So we have to plan for an entire week. We have to plan for practice, make sure everything's there for practice. And while packing it, we had both trucks packed, and they had to go get weighed in order to make the trip all the way to California. Except the truck was 7,000 pounds overweight. So at about 11 o'clock at night, all 16 of us had to go over to where the truck was being weighed and move stuff out of one semi-truck into the other semi-truck. And it was like, keep in mind, it's like December. So it was literally like 28 degrees, and we're just like moving stuff from one truck to another after we just packed it all. So that was just an unreal moment.
That is unreal. I would have never known about that had you not told me.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Okay, so where do you think you're going to be next? You're a senior, you're graduating. Where do you want to go?
I'm definitely going back home to California and hopefully
Warmer
working.
weather?
Yeah, warmer weather, nice and 72, at the beach every single day. Probably, hopefully, working for a soccer club. I worked for a soccer club for the last 4 years, and I'd love to go back there and keep working for them. And that's really in equipment, as an equipment manager.
Yeah.
I love what I do. It makes me feel like I'm genuinely part of a team and affecting the outcome. So
No, I
like
could tell.
that.
You're super passionate about it. We're really grateful to have you here at Penn State. You've made a
sure.
big difference.
No problem.
All right, so thank you so much for coming in and talking to us.
No problem, Courtney. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, no, of course. All right, stay tuned because coming up next, Morgan and Ryan will have the latest news from across the nation.